best and brightest local high school teams compete in a tournament of knowledge for a trip to Europe on this year's hottest game show, Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by AT&T, Oracle, the San Mateo Credit Union, Samtrans, and Fisher Investments. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Thank you. Welcome to Quiz Kids. If you're joining us for the first time this season, we started at the beginning of the year with 32 teams made up of the best and brightest high schoolers from all across the Bay Area. Our first round whittled that down to 16 teams, and now we're in the second round, seeing who will become part of the Elite Eight. In the last 2 weeks, we learned that Bentley School and Homestead High School will go into that select group. Let's see which of our teams today will join them. Will it be over here, the Carlmont Scots? Or will it be the Menlo Atherton Bears? Let's find out how they do it when we play the collaboration round. Kim and gentlemen, welcome to Quiz Kids. In this round, you'll be playing as a team. I have a series of 10-point questions here. I'll ask your team a question, give you a few seconds to collaborate, and then ask your captains, Kim or Tom, to give me the correct answer. If you do so, you'll score the points. If not, the other team is allowed to collaborate and possibly steal those points away from you. I'll ask questions back and forth until the first round is ended by a buzzer. Okay? Good luck to both teams. Carlmont, you get the first question. While the family history of it is a risk factor, so is taking medicines such as certain steroids and smoking tobacco. DEXA scans screen for which disease prevalent in postmenopausal women that can be caused by lack of calcium, leading to decreased bone density?
Osteoporosis.
That is right for 10 points. It is crossed east to west by a portion of Interstate 75 known as Alligator Alley. Works by naturalists, among them Rachel Carson, Silent Spring, helped lead to Truman authoring an executive order protecting its 2 million acres. What river of grass, fed by the Kissimmee River system and Lake Okeechobee, drains southward into Florida Bay west of Miami?
The Everglades, right? The Everglades.
You got it for 10 points. Among her memorable quips are, "Whoever you are, I have always depended on the kindness of strangers," and "I know I fib a good deal. After all, a woman's charm is 50% illusion." Who is this Tennessee Williams character who has been depicted by Jessica Tandy, Vivian Leigh, and most memorably Marge Simpson, who's the sister of Stella in A Streetcar Named Desire?
Scarlett O'Hara.
Gosh, no, I'm sorry. You can steal, gentlemen.
I was going to say.
Do you have any idea? Edith Wharton.
Yeah.
Edith Wharton?
Oh, my. Blanche Dubois. I will now sing the entire score of O Streetcar, the Simpsons musical version. That's how you should have learned about it. Here's your next question. Not always such a good boy, he struggled with his spirituality early on, at one time uttering the famous prayer, "Grant me chastity and continence, just not yet." What son of St. Monica and doctor of the church was inspired by the sack of Rome in AD 410 to attack paganism in his treatise, City of God?
St. Patrick?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You can steal, Carlmont.
St. Augustine.
That's right. His first coaching job at the University of Georgia netted him $34 per week, and on 3 separate occasions, he was able to coach 2 schools simultaneously. The use of shoulder pads was pioneered by which legendary football coach of Jim Thorpe, who has a youth football league named after him?
Pop Warner? Yeah. Pop Warner.
That's right for 10 points. As a culinary delicacy, it can be found as a form of sashimi, in Braunschweiger, and in foie gras. Budd-Chiari syndrome, which obstructs the hepatic vein, affects which organ that produces albumins and is affected by hepatitis and cirrhosis?
The liver?
Good with Chianti and fava beans? Yes, 10 points. Like his father, he enjoyed a career in the military, and while active in the War of 1812, he was killed by a chunk of flying rock during an attack on York, Ontario. Better known as an explorer, who in 1805 mistakenly identified the source of the Mississippi and is the namesake of a Front Range peak in Colorado?
Pike?
Pike's Peak, that's right. Zebulon Pike. A former member of Kids Incorporated, she was the voice of Sally Brown in 2 of the Charlie Brown specials, as well as in the Charlie Brown and Snoopy Show. Later becoming a pop singer, who is now perhaps better known for singing on the albums Ella Funk and Monkey Business, or for her solo album, The Duchess?
Fergie.
Fergie is right. That signals the end of the round. Let's look at the score. 30 for Menlo Atherton, 40 for Carlmont. We will return and meet our players. Don't go away. Welcome back. You have an opportunity to come and watch us as we head towards our big final match. All you have to do is call us at 650-637-1936, and we will send you tickets for any future taping. We hope to see you down here. We have a lot of fun. So, Kim Chang, at the school where I teach, you have to make a choice. If you want to be involved in a play or in mock trial, you have to choose because they're both very time-consuming and they happen at the same time a lot. You're doing both.
Yes.
So, what's the play?
Plays Rumors.
And you've got a very important position there.
Yeah, I'm the stage manager.
That's the person with all the power at the end of the whole thing. So
Yes.
when is that performing?
March 8th, 9th, and 10th.
March
at
8th.
Carlmont.
Great. You're also involved in mock trial, and what is your position there?
I'm Dr. Avery Atkinson, expert witness and bomb expert. I get to make weapons of mass destruction.
Do you find that your theater abilities help you when you do?
Yeah, because it's mainly acting.
Yeah.
Just you get to play with the mind of the person cross-examining you.
Yeah, and can somehow work the way things go because of that. Well, good luck to you on both of those.
Thank you.
Peter Vanderpoorten. A lot of schools around this time of year, around February, take part in the Friends of Miller Fillmore competition. You're getting involved, geared up to do that. So would you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah.
FOMF?
Yeah, so FOMF is competition. Schools get questions, and you have to answer them by providing 2 hard copy proofs. So you can't just print something off the internet. You actually have to go find it in a book.
Yeah, they do it at my school. They have done it, and they sometimes run up to a teacher and say, I need this now. I need proof of this, that so-and-so directed that. And it's really esoteric, sometimes very rare trivia kind of information.
And it gets pretty crazy on FOMF weekend.
I bet it does. Well, good luck to you there. Sean O'Laughlin. Sean, gosh, Sean, we had such an interesting conversation. Ultimately, well, and this is your punishment for that conversation. So ultimately, you want to be involved in international relations.
Yeah, I found that I've really liked history for a really long time, and I kind of realized that my interest in history related to my interest in politics and international relations.
So how would you like to be involved that way? What would you like to do?
Well, I'm thinking about either going into politics or maybe trying to get a job at the State Department once I graduate from college.
Okay, well, if you go into politics, Sean, they're going to ask you about your hobbies. So you got to come up with some, okay?
I'll try.
Okay, good. Give a big hand to your coach, Patricia Bronstein. Tom Kozlowski, you spent the holidays in Washington, D.C.
Well, it was only 5 days, and
Okay.
it was after New Year's Eve.
After New Year's Eve, so it wasn't real holiday.
No, not real
No,
holiday.
I'm sorry. And it was unseasonably warm
Yeah, it was 70 degrees.
in January in the east. And what is it now in the Bay Area?
About 4
Yeah. Yeah, we're freezing our
behinds.
behinds. But aside from the weather, how was Washington?
Washington was interesting. It was really very historic.
Did you do all the touristy? Did you go to
Yep.
Congress? Did you go to?
Well, they wouldn't let us in, but
Come on,
it
you're
was
Tom
the fir-
Kozlowski.
Yeah, well, they didn't buy that.
No.
So,
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm glad you had a good time. Patrick Lugers. Patrick, for fun on Friday nights, you go bowling.
Yes.
Yeah. So where do you guys bowl?
Mel's Bowling Alley.
Yeah.
Oh.
And how long have you been doing this?
About last 6 weeks.
Oh, it's a long-term thing.
Yeah, we do it every week, you know.
Every week for 6 weeks, okay. And last night you bowled your best game.
Yeah, 166. So.
That is great for only 6 games having played in your entire life.
No, I played more than 6 games. We played from 10 to 1. So.
Oh, okay. So how many games can you do in one night?
Depends upon how many people in your lane, but you can do up to 9.
9 games in a night?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, 166 is not bad. Good luck. You have more fun with that. Eat French fries and wear clean shoes. Robbie Eaton.
Hello, Brad.
Where'd you go to school? Where'd you get into college?
I got into Stanford.
Yeah, Robbie Eaton got into Stanford. But that's nothing to what you also did. You designed and built your own kind of trebuchet.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people who go to Stanford want to do that, and they don't succeed. This is for the Latin Club.
The Latin Club, yes. Which every year there's a Latin convention, California Latin convention, and our club participates in that. And so what I did is I designed and built a floating arm trebuchet, which is a new kind of. It's not the standard trebuchet is just a pivot point that rotates like that. But the deal with floating arm trebuchet, it's much more efficient because it pivots over a cam. You'd have to see the math.
Right, and it sounds exciting. The question I had for you before was, when you're pitting your new type of trebuchet against their original trebuchet and you're sending this stuff over, does anyone speak Latin? Is a one word of Latin spoken ever in this club?
I guess you could say catapulta.
Yeah.
Catapulta!
That was very well done. Good for you. Okay, give a big hand to your coach, Sue Caton. And would you give your hand to the man who tried to build a trebuchet and ended up building a boomerang, our judge, Frank Saboti. Frank, that must have smarted something bad. Okay, we'll be right back with the lightning round. Don't go away. Let's play the lightning round. All right, teams, in this round, you'll be playing with those buzzers in front of you. I'll ask a 10-point question. The first person to buzz in gets to answer for the team. If you give me the right answer, you will score the points. If not, the other team is allowed to collaborate. And if their captain gives me the right answer, you will steal those points. If you buzz in before I complete the question, that's all you'll get to hear before you give me your answer. So if you give me the wrong answer, the other team will get a chance to hear the whole question before they answer. So that's your strategy there. The score is 40-30. Close game. Good luck to both teams. Here's your first question. The U.S. returned to spaceflight after the Columbia disaster with the successful July 2005 launch of what oldest space shuttle still in service? Patrick.
Discovery.
That is correct. Varna, Odessa, and Sevastopol are ports on what sea? Robbie?
The Black Sea.
Correct. Tesserae are the pieces of colored glass or stone used to create images in what decorative art form? Robbie.
Stained glass windows.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Well, I'm going to complete this. Often seen in ancient Roman villas and Byzantine art.
Mosaic.
I'm going to give it to you. It's mosaics rather than stained glass. I understand that. His primary inspiration was Maynard G. Krebs, a beatnik character played by Bob Denver in Dobie Gillis, an early 1960s sitcom. Norville Rogers is the real name of what Scooby-Doo character known for shouting Zoinks? Tom.
Shaggy.
That's right, Tom. Whoopers, trumpeters, and mutes are types of what type of bird known for mating for life and usually raising white cygnets together? Yes, Kim.
Swans.
Right. A stream of consciousness monologue by Molly, the wife of advertising salesman Leopold Bloom, ends what James Joyce novel modeled on the Odyssey? Sean.
Ulysses.
Correct. You'll be swell. You'll be great. This is my Ethel Merman. Gonna have the whole world on a plate. Hoping to live through her daughters at any cost, what famous song from the musical Gypsy is a pun on the main character's name? Starting here, starting now, honey, everything's coming up roses. You're all fired. Jewel Cave, Wind Cave, and the cities of Lead and Deadwood are found in what mountain range? Also the site of Crazy Horse Memorial and Mount Rushmore. Sean.
The Black Hills.
Correct. In one of the earliest stories about time travel, Hank Morgan gains power after he mysteriously turns up in medieval England. In what Mark Twain novel? Peter.
Yankee in King Arthur's Court. Connecticut Yankee.
Judge? Yes, you're right. You got it right. The Livonian War was fought during the reign of which 16th century Russian ruler, the first to be given the title Tsar? Yes, Patrick.
Peter the First, Peter the Great.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You can steal.
Is that the whole question?
Yeah.
Alexander?
No, it's Ivan IV.
Of course.
Bromine at standard temperature and pressure is like mercury at STP. An example of what phase of matter formed when it... Yes, Tom.
Liquid?
You're right. Protesters called for democracy in April 2006. In which mountainous kingdom were King Gyanendra? Yes, Tom.
Nepal?
That's right. On what TV show is there a character who shares the name of an English philosopher who advocated tabula rasa theory and survives a plane crash? Tom.
Lost?
That's the only one we lost. Yeah, it's John Locke. Spherical geometry lacks what kinds of lines that in Euclidean geometry have different y-intercepts but equal slopes and therefore, yes, Kim?
Parallel?
That's correct. The collection The Tower includes what Irish poet and co-founder of the Abbey Theatre's Leda and the Swan and Sailing to Byzantium? Yes, Sean?
Yeats.
That's right, Yeats. Wisp of hair is the English translation of the Latin name for what type of high, thin clouds composed of ice... Yes, Patrick?
Cirrus.
Correct. Edward Lippincott Tilton and William Boring designed the station on what island at the mouth of the Hudson River that processed 12... Yes, Patrick?
Ellis Island.
Correct. That's the end of the round. Let's look at the score. We have 110 for Carlmont, 100 for Menlo Atherton. Very close game. Let's see what happens when we return in our next round. Don't go away. Let's play the extreme lightning round. Before we play that round, I just want you to know that during our 2-minute break, 3,000 fans called in to let us know that we'd made a slight mistake on the scores. We are actually tied 110 to 110. Things are very exciting here. Point values are going to double to 20 points, but the play stays the same. Good luck to both teams. In an effort to strip the Christmas pageant of any semblance of Christmas, the children of South Park Elementary present a dance created by him. Which American minimalist wrote a series of historical operas that includes Akhenaten and Einstein on the Beach? Philip Glass. Remedies for it include tea tree oil, Lotrimin, Desinex, and the one, yes, Tom?
Athlete's foot?
Are you trying to tell us something, Tom? Beauty is truth. No, you're absolutely right. 20 points. Beauty is truth, truth, beauty. That is all ye know on earth and all ye need to know. Concludes what John Keats' poem about Attic pottery? Peter.
Something about a Greek urn.
Mike Judge is saying give it to him. Yes, the Greek urn poem. Ode on a Grecian urn, that's right. Soren Kierkegaard and physicist Niels Bohr both hail from which country that contains the island of Zealand and where one would find, yes, Sean?
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands?
Yes.
That's incorrect. And where one would find Copenhagen.
Denmark, yeah.
Denmark?
Yes, sir. With a mass about 1,836 times that of an electron, what particle, a baryon, whose name is Greek for first, determines an element's, yes, Robbie?
Proton.
Correct. What NHL team that has won 13 Stanley Cups but none since 1967 calls the Air Canada Centre in Toronto home? Yes, Tom?
The Toronto Maple Leafs?
That is right. Willy Bergdorfer causes which disease named for a Connecticut town and borne by ticks? Yes, Tom?
Lyme disease?
Right. Which war began in October 1899 when Joseph Chamberlain sent an ultimatum demanding that British citizens be given full equality in the... Yes, Patrick?
Boer War.
Correct. Warsaw, let me do it this way. Warsaw, Berlin, Prague, Vienna, Budapest, Belgrade, Bucharest, and Sofia. All these famous cities and the populations around them lie in what I must call the Soviet sphere. Such were the words spoken in 1946 by Winston... Yes, Sean?
The Iron Curtain.
That is correct. Which mental illness, once called manic depression, is characterized by cycling between low and... Yes, Tom.
Bipolar disorder?
Correct. What author wrote Shirley and Villette after her novel about a governess who marries Rochester? Yes, Kim.
Charlotte Bronte?
That's right. Representative Ileana Rose Lehtinen and Senator Mel Martinez often speak... Oh, thank you. Representative Ileana Rose Lehtinen and Senator Mel Martinez often speak about which country of their birth? An island nation led by Fidel Castro? Yes, Patrick.
Cuba.
Correct. A Hungarian chemist used it to prevent 2 Nobel Prizes from falling into Nazi hands. What mixture of hydrochloric acid and nitric acid was given a Latin name meaning royal water for its ability to dissolve gold? The Latin for royal water, Robbie, is aqua regia. What thinker distinguished between phenomena and noumena in a 1781 work which developed his transcendental idealism, The Critique of Pure Reason? Yes, sir, Patrick.
Rousseau?
No, I'm sorry. You can steal.
Choose a transcendentalist.
Or Emerson.
Thoreau.
Immanuel Kant.
Oh, duh.
We have 30 seconds. In August 2005, what former Undersecretary of State for Arms Control and International Security was given a recess appointment as UN ambassador and will... Yes, Sean. That's right. Catalysts work by lowering what quantity that equals... Yes, Tom.
Activation energy?
Correct. The Tonye Sap is located in what nation on the Gulf of Thailand in which the Mekong River flows by the capital city? Yes, Kim.
Vietnam.
No, I'm sorry. Phnom Penh is the capital city.
Cambodia?
That is right. That is the end of the game. Let's look at the final score. Carlmont has 190, but with 310, Menlo Atherton wins the game. Thank you very much for playing. You guys were great. We will see you guys in a future round in a few weeks. Come back and join us next week on Quiz Kids. Bye-bye.
The following underwriters helped to make this program possible: AT&T, Oracle, the San Mateo Credit Union, Samtrans, and Fisher Investments. Tournament champions will win an all-expense-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS. Additional support provided by these Bay Area newspapers: the Burlingame Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, the Knights Templar, and National Academic Quiz Tournaments.